All right, right now, folks, two gentlemen who I've interviewed on several occasions, but never both at the same time, but they are legends. They have helped shape generations of culture, both in comedy and just social commentary and outlook, as we're looking at them appearing at different shows here in the Bay Area. We're talking about the one and only legendary Mr. D.Gregory, who's over here. Everybody knows and loves him. And of course,
at least have some fake applause.
and of course, Mr. Paul Mooney. You know, he's in the building as well.
All right.
And I don't even know where to begin because
Well, let me begin for you.
Okay, because both times
He tricked me.
he did. How so?
See, I thought the money was in comedy. Hear me good now. It's in writing.
It's in writing. Okay.
Trust me. If you know a comic that's made $1 billion, the writers have made $10 billion.
Oh, okay.
The writer, and that's his genius. And few people could do what he did. He's able to write and step over to the other side. Few
Okay,
people can do
right on. Well, we don't have a real applause machine, but we'll applause anyway.
Well, you do it live. You got good black hands. How
There
you
you go.
why you think white folks scared them hands? Hit it. There you go.
There you go. Have he ever written for you? Has Paul Mooney ever written for you?
Oh, no, I couldn't afford it. Oh, big bucks. Big bucks. Yeah,
But
they
you know-
changed the whole income sector for him.
I hear that.
He's Negro with this kind of check. Must be stealing.
But you know, who was first on the scene? Was it you and did Paul? You were?
You know, it's Dick Gregory.
Oh, okay.
He up there trying to act crazy.
Oh, come on, man. He got socks older than me.
No, Dick opened the door for a lot of us.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you
Well, it
first?
was-
So he did that crossover with that Playboy Club.
Yeah, it was the whole thing that, see, we have laws that's not written, you know. And there was never a law that said a white woman couldn't vote. They just knew it.
Right.
And so there was never a law that says black comics cannot work white nightclubs. If you sang and danced, you can, but you couldn't stand flat-footed and talk.
Really? Wow.
That was, and then Hefner
Hugh Hefner.
broke that. It's kind of interesting because at that time when I come through, the mob owned about 99% of the clubs. So here's the little guy come through, fragile, not a mob, and did it. And the world is different. The world have never been the same. And the sad part is that how many of those great comic minds,
Who were some of the comics that were coming out around your time? And what years are we talking
they'd
about?
already been out. The 60s, they'd already been out, but they weren't able to work white nightclubs.
Who are some of the names we should know?
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby was a bartender.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Red
okay.
Fox, Mom's Maid, all of them was there, but it was only known in the African American community.
Did
Mom's Baby was the brilliant one
Yeah,
because
Oh.
she was actually young, playing an old person.
that's right.
really?
Yeah, young, and then she ended up playing who she really was.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
she was clever.
I got her teeth.
She started out with no teeth.
Yeah.
But she was brilliant.
Yeah, and you talked about.
And she was a stripper.
Oh, I didn't know
Every,
that.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that either.
Oh,
Oh,
she
yeah,
had
she
to
was-
start out young.
No, she was a stripper. She started out with picnic and them people.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what they know her from. That's how she came. Yeah,
Wow.
and she, she would do all that stuff about old men and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. That was her thing. And it all started at the Apollo.
Yes,
See, it all started at the Apollo. Remember Amos and Danny? They were white.
right. Yes,
See, people don't know that.
That's right,
Amos and
yeah.
Danny on the radio was white folks.
that's right.
That's
and we
right.
loved them.
Yes,
Because that's all we had.
that's all we had in the radio. I mean, we listened to tap dancers on the radio.
Yeah.
You know,
that's all we
something
had.
wrong with that,
That's
right?
all we had.
Yeah, that's all.
Is that cold?
But
Oh,
when
yeah.
when you're living in a system that this is the most important thing going, you want to be part of it. Just like TV. TV becomes the most
But it was,
important.
you know what? It was economics. Because they didn't want to pay black people. They wanted black people to do something, like picking cotton, for free.
Yeah, well,
So they kept the radio white, and they said, well, we'll just act like them and keep the money, too.
that makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I guess there is white people.
I used to be white. Don't put me. I used to be white. Be white, man.
Can me ask you
you
this.
used to be white.
Well,
Then you
pick
stole
all them herbs.
Then you stole something.
That's funny.
And they say he can't be white no more. He's shopping.
Let me ask you this. You know, the humor that you all do now touches on race and politics and all that. But did you have that sort of racial humor back in the 50s and 60s? Was that even allowed?
Well, the white folks didn't have that. We all had it. I mean, we knew it. We knew what was going on. We get up there and talk about. You see, all African Americans knew what we was talking about. They felt it. They knew.
So you didn't have to code it. You could be as direct as you are today.
No, you weren't even thinking about that. Just like your mother worked. No, she worked at the big restaurant. She wasn't cold food when she was cooking. They had to call her cook.
Right.
No, first, I did not know coming out of a all-black neighborhood. I consider it a neighborhood is where you control the cops, control the banks, control the education. We have never. I don't care how many PhDs you got. You have never lived in a neighborhood. We live in a hood.
Right.
And a hood is something you put on your face, over your face when you're trying to hide something.
Mm.
And so consequently, until we control all of that, then we don't control. And so coming out of an all Negro community in St. Louis. Now, St. Louis is bad enough.
That's where you're originally from.
Yeah, you go to St. Louis today, you got to sit your watch back 3 hours.
Right.
You know? And so coming out of that, and I didn't know anything about, I thought all white folks was free. I mean this. This is no stage joke. I didn't know white folks would tolerate, because only white folks I thought was in the movie. And they didn't tolerate it. John Wayne was my man. See, if you right and they wrong, shoot them.
Mm.
And so until I get me a gun, I was doing it with my finger. Pow, pow. You know, pow, pow. My mother, pow, make me mad, pow, pow. And so then what happened to, like, was the fastness of the news. The reason it's so wild now, you got 500 channels. You know, back then, but people, right now, the dumbest, oldest, slowest person on the planet, they know what happened if a plane crashed in Budapest today. In 10 minutes, those bodies in your living room. So the whole mind thing didn't change.
So it took a while for things just to
For
get
them,
out.
he's always been there. He's always had it. But you got to move up because he's not talking to the stuff. He's talking to the audience out there.
Paul, when did you get into the business?
When did I get into it?
Yeah, I mean, what years? We're talking 60s, 70s?
Well, no. I started. Actually, I used to write. I wrote first. I was writing with people, and all the comics around me would say, "You're very funny. You should be doing comedy. You know, you're funny. You should write." Flip Wilson, him, everybody. You, Paul, you're so funny. You should be. They'd all say that to me. I'd write. I said, no, I like writing for people because I was writing for Richard, so I like that better. And then Richard would say to me, no, you should be on stage. You're funny. You're very funny. You're funny. You talk funny. You are funny. You know, they said to me, you should be. And they kept saying it, so I said, well, let me just try this too. And because the first time really that I got on stage, remember that white boy Ronnie Shell?
Yeah.
Well, he used to open for those black folk singers, Joe and Eddie. Mm-hmm. You know, they were like the Smothers Brothers of that time. They getting ready to do a movie about them too. So and I went to school with them, and so they said, no, Paul, why don't you come? And I had no material, but I wrote for people, not for myself. So what I did was I got up and I just did all Ronnie Shell's material.
Were they bad then?
Yeah, I just did all this shit. I did all this material. And so the audience would really laugh real hard because they knew I was doing his material.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And so one night he came, he got real mad. He got real mad. He got real mad. He said, why are you stealing my stuff? Yeah. I said, because it works. You know what I'm saying? I said, it works. And coming from me, the audience knew it. The white audience knew I was doing his material because they knew him. You know what I'm saying? So it was funny. Then I started doing my own stuff. But till this day, Ronnie Shell, I think he died too. I think Ronnie Shell died.
Probably died when you doing this stuff.
No, but see, it's hard because you're a young person to try to explain to them, you know, because they think that all this stuff is their birthright.
Yeah.
They didn't know that we had to march and sit in and
That's
die
right, yes.
and do everything to give them their freedom.
Yes.
They actually think that they were born free.
Yeah.
They don't know what we had to go through.
But even when we had to go through, we thought we was born free. We thought we was helping somebody else.
Yeah. I'm saying, but I'm saying they really don't have a clue.
I knew that I wasn't born free.
Mm-hmm.
They think they do. No. They, because especially dealing with white people, they think that that's a domestic dog. You know what I'm saying? They think that.
Yeah.
But we know it's a wolf.
Well, you see, that's correct. You see, the reason they go through what they go through, when you accept injustice, you become unjust. When you live with filth, you become filthy. And so when you drive from the highway and you pass a paper mill and you smell that stink, there's no stench like a paper mill. But the people that work there don't smell it. Well, that's black folks in America. We've been around this one. We don't even smell it. And so we individually. But there's a universal force that says you got to smell it.
You know, one of the things I notice about both your material, it's always in the direction of freedom and enlightenment. But do you think today's comics that are coming up now, do you think they carry that torch?
You know, they don't have to. Look, I don't go up into pretend to be liberated by an entertainer. Huh? America don't send comics to the front line. They fighting battles all over the world. They don't send. That's a cop-out. Okay? If you're entertaining, you sing opera. When I go to a football game, I don't go to see no black person liberate. I want you to outrun Jesus with the ball. That's what I come here to see.
So you want them to be, you don't want them to be speaking consciously?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I know conscious people.
Okay.
I don't like to go to if you want to go someplace and hear about this or hear about Apple, I don't go to no damn nightclub, movie.
But here's the problem with us. This, for me personally, here's the problem. For you too, here's the problem with us. Everybody doesn't want to be a fireman. Yes. Everybody doesn't want to be a brain surgeon.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't want to be a cook.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't want to be a singer. Everybody doesn't want to be a rapper. But everybody wants to be a comic.
Yeah.
Everybody, your little dog, everybody makes with the jokes. And that's what makes our job real hard, because we have to compete with ourselves and everybody around us. Everybody wants to laugh. You hear politicians, you hear Obama, you hear all of them making with the jokes.
Yeah.
Everybody makes the jokes. The singers, that's why I started taking singer lessons. I'm sick of singing. Every time, get up on the stage and sing.
Yeah.
What is all this talking and trying to tell me jokes? I didn't come here for you. I want to see a comedian. I go see a comedian.
Yeah.
What happened to just sing the song?
Yeah.
What happened to simplicity?
So too many people are outside their lane.
Just simplicity.
Well, you know, other thing about comics, there's no school for it. There's no school for everything. Brain surgeons, huh?
There's school. Yeah, they got to go to school.
But y'all take time to perfect your craft. You write, you got the material. A lot of people seem like they freestyle when they come up.
The funniest joke you ever heard wasn't about professional comedians, about friends and relatives.
Right.
A comic is a thing called timing. Just to make somebody laugh, you don't need the timing. That's his genius. You know, just you sit and you look at him. He breathes, the way he breathes, the way he looks around. All of that's timing. You're not born with that.
Well, we did it slavery, before slavery and after slavery, to keep our brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the house slave, and they would go at each other, you know, to keep your brain going, to keep us strong. Because if you don't keep this brain clear, it'll die.
Oh,
it'll shut down on you.
Yeah.
It will, because it's not getting any food.
That's right.
It's not. No, seriously.
No,
it's
I
not
know,
being fed.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. You know, it's like people who are homeless who ask for money and beg and all that. Because my grandmother raised me, and she always told me, they'll ask her for money, and she tells them, she said, try working, it works.
Yes. Yeah.
Simplicity.
Yeah, I
try
tried
working,
telling
it
that
works.
to Rockefeller one day, it didn't work.
Yeah.
When I knew something was wrong with working, is I used to play hooky from school.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, where's the one place I can go where white cops can find me? It was the zoo, North Park.
The zoo.
And I was there one day when they was feeding the gorilla. Gorilla eat more food in one day than I eat in 6 months. And he never had a job. You know, never had a job.
Mm.
And you notice, everybody who controls this planet don't work. You got more intelligence in your baby finger than Prince Charles got in his whole body. You don't have to work. Why? Because his mama never told him he had to. It's in here.
Right, but then everybody wants to be like Prince Charles. And everybody wants to be like those
Because
folks.
we all are. Prince Charles, Queen Elizabeth make $360 million every 24 hours just interest on her money. Mm. But if she's sitting next to my welfare cousin on the park bench, they both breathe in the same amount of oxygen.
I don't like Prince Charles. Because
Really?
he didn't invite Obama to the wedding.
Yes.
And he invited, what's the little gay boy's name? The little singer, piano player.
Elton John?
Elton John.
Yeah.
He invited Elton John, his little friend. And that's the president of the United States, the most powerful country in the world. But I understand, I understand why he didn't invite everybody.
Yes.
Because it conjures up too much negativity. Because Obama looks like that black Egyptian his mama was sleeping with.
Oh.
Obama looks like that boy's twin.
Wait
Yeah.
a second. Who is his mama sleeping with?
Oh, you know, you just.
I don't know.
Trying
I
to be
don't
funny.
know.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be a comedy.
You know his
I don't
mama.
Yeah, he know.
You hear?
Yeah, the black Egyptian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Wait, who is it? Tell me. I don't know.
The one she died in the accident.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk. Okay, what's his name again? The guy that got
Yeah.
killed.
Obama and him look like twins.
Yes.
But Obama could play him in a movie.
Yeah, and see, they thought he was Arab, but he was Egyptian.
Yes.
And Egyptian is the lightest African on the continent of Africa.
Thank
That's
you.
why they blamed them for all the stuff when it really came from the Nubians, who was jet black.
But that conjures it up because his mother was crazy about that man.
Oh, yeah.
And from what I understand, because you know, the servants know everything. You
Well,
know,
she's already pregnant. You
Yeah.
know that.
They said that
Oh,
she
no.
that she was carrying his black baby.
And
Well,
that's-
she loved black folks. She wasn't kissing with them; she was dancing with them.
Yes.
I mean, she always went to Africa. She was in Africa every 15 minutes.
Oh, wait. I'm
know.
thinking like he's
This is Princess Diana.
Princess Diana.
Wow.
That's what we think we was talking about.
Yeah.
Diana Ross.
You know, he's
Diana Ross. He thought we were talking about Diana Ross. Yes, and that's why they got so upset. And that was no accident. That was a hit.
Oh, yeah.
They killed her.
That was already.
Because you know the British.
Yes.
Oh, we can't have some little pinto baby being heir to the throne.
My had a brother and sister.
Right,
going
right.
to King with a half, but
Right.
you know that happened before now.
Oh yeah.
With when King George the first was married to Queen Elizabeth III. Now she was more royal than him. She came from the Mecklenburg family.
Okay.
She had a sister named Charlotte. A lot of brothers, but her and her sister was just like this.
Well, who's the one that gave up the throne? Remember the one that gave the throne?
Yeah.
Because she went to Africa. Remember?
Yep,
And went in that hut with that brother
that's right.
and never came out.
Yep.
Wow.
Gave the throne up.
And so what happened was one day Charlotte's hair started getting nappy.
Yes.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yeah, nappy, not coarse.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Nappy.
Nappy means black.
Black, yeah.
Coarse means
Could be something else.
Yeah.
But nappy.
Well,
So they had to move her. They sent her to America, to the new land.
So all this intrigue for
the
people.
women. She did good in business. They sent her to Charlotte, and that's why they named the town after Charlotte, which happens to be in the county of Mecklenburg.
Yeah. That's why they always say, by George.
Yes, by George.
Started with that George Washington.
Tall, dark, and handsome. Now, you ever heard
By
a black
George.
person call a black one tall, dark, and handsome?
Yeah, isn't it?
They talking about white folks who they know is us. Tall, dark, and
Yeah,
handsome.
handsome.
Clark
Wow.
Gable, tall, dark, and handsome.
Well, so Clark Gable was.
Yeah.
You
They
know,
were-
you know he was, man.
I didn't know.
Did your mama ever talk to you? They had all the
But there's
secrets.
people listening that might not know that they were black folks.
Well, then you tell them they didn't know.
Clark
until you told
Gable.
them. Yeah, tell them your mama told you.
Oh, so a bunch of them was black.
No, a whole lot of them.
Bunch of them was
Yeah.
black. Oh, yeah. Bunch of them.
Tall, dark,
Dark
and
and
handsome.
handsome. Oh, yeah.
As long as
Oh,
you've been
yeah.
black.
Yeah.
You ain't never heard nobody say, "Oh, Milton be here today, tall, dark, and handsome." We don't use that term for us. That's a code.
Okay.
Oh, there's a lot of cool. Remember that, what was her name, the one with the big breasts? Mae West.
Mae West,
I
yes.
love me some Mae West.
Oh.
And they said she was a prostitute.
Yes.
That's what they said before because she started late. And you could tell she was like a madam. Then they said she was a man. There's all kind of rumors about it. But I don't care if she was. I loved her because the funniest thing I ever saw, she loved black folks. The funniest thing I ever saw in her movie, because she would write an improv in her movies.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Because she asked the black maid, remember the black maid, the big fat black maid?
Yeah.
She said, "What kind of men do you like?" And the black maid, you know what she said? She said, "Tall, dark, and handsome." And Mae West said, "Well, you should go to Africa. There's a lot of them there." Which was funny. That was a whole line to say in their movies.
Yeah.
Because white folks got
Well, you're talking about the 40s and 50s.
They got written laws and
Unwritten laws, yes.
Wow.
unwritten laws. And remember, it all broke because remember in the films before the black exploitation films,
Yes.
white people would always depend and speak up for black people. Black people couldn't speak up for
No,
themselves.
you're right.
If somebody white called you the N-word, called you a nigga in the movie, you couldn't say something. Your white friend could say it.
Yep.
Don't call my black friend that.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna sock you. You know, you
No,
couldn't say I'm gonna
yep.
sock you until that Sidney Poitier.
Sidney Poitier,
When
yes.
Sidney came, and what was that movie? He was
It
down
was a
south.
movie. Yeah, it was a movie where he was putting hands on white folks.
No, but he was down south. Remember that movie? He was down south with the guy that used to be in All in the Family. What's his
Oh,
name?
God.
What was that movie called?
The sheriff guy.
The sheriff. What's the name?
I'm trying to remember the name.
Whatever
of
the
it,
name
too.
of the movie was. Somebody out there knows.
But Sidney broke that color law.
But it wasn't written in the script. And because Sydney being from the islands, you know how grand and arrogant they are.
Oh,
And no, it wasn't in the script. And in the script, the white man pimp slaps Sydney. He slaps him in the movie. We've never seen that in the movie, remember? He slaps him. And being from the islands, Sydney's arrogance couldn't handle it. Sydney pimp slapped the hell out of that man. I mean, that man hit him bang. He said, "Whack!" And that man started crying. Remember, that white man started crying. That was not in the script.
Wow.
There was a time I could have had you shot for that, remember? That was the best. Wasn't that the best?
Yeah, no.
We went crazy in the movie. We'd never seen no stuff.
The best I've seen, it was the Red Tail. Did you see that yet?
Did you like Red Tail?
I didn't say I liked it. I said
Well, I saw the previews. That's
What?
the Red
Did
Tail.
you see Red Tail?
I saw it.
All right. Now, I'm on planes every day.
Right.
First, it's about black men.
Right.
You didn't see one black woman in it
I know that was a big,
Not
big
one
miss.
black
Right. Not one.
at all.
Yeah.
You use the military, they had pictures of that lady up on the wall, and not one.
Right.
Okay? Now, what got me was the brothers flying back from a mission in that plane,
Right.
300 miles an hour, see that poor white woman,
Right.
Italian, hanging up her laundry. That didn't bother me. She went to the base and land and came back to her house. Now, I'm on planes. I ain't never been able to look out the window and see nobody's address. That white woman put some magic on him.
Well, they sent that out as a DVD. It made all kind of money, just trillions of dollars outside of this country.
Yes.
Because
really? Oh,
they didn't want to release it here. They put a lockdown on it. They didn't want to release it. And what did you say they called it?
Red Tail.
Yeah, that was not the original name.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they had a lot of problems with the original name. Coontails.
Coontails.
And
Coontails.
So they they thought there'd be riots.
Oh,
So they,
and I can understand how he knew where she lived.
now you can understand, right?
Coontails is like that.
What's your thoughts on The Help?
I have no, well, the help, look, listen. I had a black mother.
Mm-hmm.
The strongest two forces in the history of America has always been the black woman and the black church.
Okay.
Okay. You trace it back to where did we hear humor, not jokes? The black preacher. The black preacher. He didn't get up in the morning and said, I'm going to go tell some good jokes today. It's in your spirit.
Right.
Your spirit's right. Okay? And so when you sit and look at the maid, or whatever they call it, and what that black woman was supposed to have done in that white woman's case, I'm not even buying into that in no shape or form. It defames all black women that's ever lived. Their spirit is not like that.
Right.
In no shape, form, or fashion. But they got over it, and they're able to do it, And that's what movies are very powerful.
Well, the film is a power for the white male.
Yes.
What he can't get in reality,
That's right.
he says, okay, black man, I cannot beat you up. I can't be the heavyweight champ.
Yes.
I can't beat you up.
Yes.
Big, black, wild, you bangy.
King Kong.
Yeah, King Kong. I can't beat you
King
up.
Kong.
But when I make this movie, I'm kicking your butt.
That's right. Yes.
Rocky,
Yeah.
Rocky,
Yeah.
Rocky.
Maybe.
They actually think that
That's
he's
They have a
real.
statue for
One
it.
Rocky
It's
movie
real. It's a
made
movie.
more than all of
Yes.
Ali's fights
Rocky,
and multiplied by thousands.
Rocky. They actually think that
Yeah.
that's a movie.
Yeah.
That's not happening in real life.
Yeah, no.
That doesn't happen in real life. You can't pay no big black man $20 million and think he ain't gonna beat you up. He would beat up a white man for free.
That's right.
You're giving him $20 million. You know he's gonna get his butt whooped. I'm surprised. I know people get bitten. They get bitten. They bite on
Yeah.
it. But I'm surprised somebody ain't been shot.
Yeah.
I'm surprised some brother don't get there and just shoot somebody. Now give me my money. But we said knock him out, not kill him. He said, I want my money. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And look how what's the one, the heavyweight champ, the first one, that big.
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson.
And it's a shame that James Earl Jones, and James Earl Jones knows better,
Yeah.
gonna play him so ignorant.
Yeah.
I don't know. You remember that?
I know.
And this thing so good. I give you this. That man
Yeah.
wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Both his parents were educators. That man was very articulate and white women loved him. White women committed suicide
Oh, yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
They committed suicide over here.
That's
And
right.
he would
white
he
lady.
went
White
across
lady.
the border with that
Yeah.
young girl,
No,
and he came back.
He was married to her.
Yeah, and they put him in jail.
That's right.
Remember, they finally, I think Bush freed him and gave him all.
Yeah.
But anyway, they finally
No,
got
he
him.
haven't been yet.
Yeah, and they put him in prison.
That's
Remember?
right, yes.
He whooped everybody's butt in prison.
Yeah.
He beat it. The prison people put him out. They said he's beating everybody up, and he got to go. And he ate up all the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, "I'm gonna eat up all the food. If somebody says something, I'll knock you out." He had them all scared. He had them
And
scared.
that was his wife.
Yeah.
He could dress.
Yeah.
It was before he could wear some clothes.
And they said,
And he used to have gold.
Well, he married white women. He married white women left and right.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
married.
Yeah.
They follow him around. They love that
and
brother.
then they did the movie, which was King Kong. Most folks don't know that was the King. Yeah. Didn't it
Yeah.
start off at the Empire State Building?
Yes.
Now,
King
what
Kong.
gorilla gonna go to New York? It ain't no bananas, and Lord knows ain't no trees. What's there? Madison Square Garden,
But that-
the boxing capital of the world. That's,
The original version of King Kong, okay?
Yeah.
They had, remember they had him eating the black women. Literally. Remember?
Yep.
Did they
But
really?
when the,
Yeah.
he literally ate them. But
Wow.
when he saw that white woman, he was like OJ.
Just stop.
Remember? Yeah, just possessed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he had never seen nothing white.
Look, he's on top of the Empire State Building, and he could have knocked the plane down, but he's holding the white lady.
Yes, to save her.
They get the little pitter-patter planes. He's saving her.
Remember the white man's then? Beauty
Yes.
kill the beast.
Yes.
The black man was the beast.
Yes, I know.
Beauty
I know.
protect her from them
And
airplanes.
it works. Do you know the number one killer in Jamaica of young folks? Not drive-bys, not drugs, huh?
What?
Not bleaching cream.
Yes.
You hear me?
Now they're getting them Asians.
Wait a
Yeah,
second.
no. The number one killer of Chinese women in China is
bleaching
bleaching
cream.
cream.
That
Hollywood
made it came
movies
back
have
now?
taught you that
Yeah.
yellow ain't enough. Huh?
How
That's,
does it-
that's
how
the
does- In the
mindset.
South, how do you used to go? If you're brown, remember?
If you brown, you down.
No, brown hang around.
Yeah.
Brown,
Black,
yeah.
get back.
Get black, don't
Yellow,
get that cold,
your
black, you yellow your metal.
Yeah, I used to believe that too.
Yeah, and if you're gay, stay and we'll give you a TV show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow,
So
wow.
it's the mindset. When you look at the mindset.
What's it
and
going
how
to
do
take?
you-
What's it going to take to
Well,
break
here's
it?
what it's going to take to do it.
Okay.
If the three of us went to a cocktail party, and then we're going to go to dinner, and at the cocktail party we had tuna fish,
Right.
and the three of us got sick. They take us to the hospital. They know it's a tuna fish, right?
Mhm.
So what do they do to our stomach? They pump it, right?
Right.
Then nobody's created the set to pump my mind with all that stuff that's been going in there. If you my doctor and you write me a prescription to save me, you also got to write the side effects.
Okay.
Nobody's ever talked about the side effects of racism, prejudice, and slavery.
That's
One
true.
day, someone's going to have to come through and do that. Now, certain people already know. They say, well, the Chinese is the smartest people in the school system. Well, that happened after the Korean War. Before that, they portrayed the Chinese as Fu Manchu, some yellow belly.
That's silly.
Yeah, and long
King Kong
green
was that way.
fingernails. Yeah, chasing
A
white
clown.
women.
A
right?
clown.
Right.
And then something happened in the Korean War. The first time we ever fought a war, that our prisoners never tried to escape. So they tried to say, well, you know what it was. They don't look like Asians. So they tried to escape from the Japanese when they caught them. And they found out that when you portray them, you get a white boy captured and some 22-year-old captain come in, Chinese captain, speaking better language than he speaks and know more about Brooklyn than he know, and the mind collapsed.
Right.
So after that, they start portraying the Chinese different of this and that. And even to this day, if you look at, they keep records of foreign students that come in this country. And if you keep records to all the foreign students that come in this country, the most brilliant, 22% of the applicants here make straight A's. There's nobody higher than that. 36% of the applicants make straight B's.
Right.
About X% make D's, C's, and the rest of them flunk 7%. They know this.
Right.
But as long as they play it up, and you
That's
buy
very
into
corrupt
it.
and all
Well,
that other
it was
stuff.
actually Bruce Lee came along and changed the whole image, sexual image of Asian men.
Yes.
Because before that, they were all silly. It was the Asian woman that was desirable.
Yeah.
You know, that
With
the
the little
fantasy,
feet.
the movies.
Well,
and
Bruce
all
Lee
this
was
stuff.
bad.
But Bruce Lee came out in black, white. You know, everybody wanted him. Okay, but see, in Bruce Lee, in all his movies, he never slept with anyone.
Yes.
Because it would take his energy from him.
Mm-hmm.
In every movie you see, you never see him sleep with nobody.
That's
So
right.
that's
he
why I
did,
be
huh?
so
No,
weak all the time.
that, yeah, I'm just, but I'm saying that he created that image that that brought the sexual thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then what he did, because he married that white woman, and then he ran his mouth to the white folks. He told them secrets, them Asian secrets. He ran his mouth, and you can't do that. That's why they sent them people to kill him.
Yeah.
And see, and his son tried to follow in his steps.
And he got killed with a
too,
gun that wasn't loaded.
That wasn't loaded. They said it on that it was a fake bullets, right?
Yeah.
And but it had to be real bullets.
Yeah.
Somebody made a mistake.
Yeah.
That was a hit.
Yeah.
They got rid of him too. Okay.
Yep.
But you know they killed. Who they killed? They killed. What was his son's name? Brandon Lee. Bruce Lee, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But guess who they better not kill? They're gonna have problems. They kill her.
Who's this?
Sarah Lee. Oh, kill her. Them fat women will tear America to the ground.
There's another one didn't leave.
Yeah, but they can't get them cakes and them cookies. Somebody gonna get hurt.
Somebody them meat cookies. Somebody them meat cookies.
Wow. Let me just remind people in the studio with us, we have D.Gregory, we have Paul Mooney.
The Prejudice Awards. I'm sorry, the Academy Awards.
Academy Awards, yeah.
The Academy. I'm sorry. The Academy Awards are they're so racist.
Yeah.
But California, they're trying to make California the most liberal place. Yeah. It's worse. It's Mississippi.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
I mean, that's why they said the movie Mississippi Burning. You know, right. Mississippi ain't never burned.
Now,
L.A. has burned what, about 5 times?
5 times.
But I mean, and you know the Prejudice Awards tomorrow. They're gonna give awards to any of them movies that win. Some white person is the hero.
Yes.
And if the black person's got to be cooning if they get awards.
Oh,
they
yeah.
ain't gonna give them award unless they're cooning.
Yep.
You know that.
Yep.
They give them the awards for their weak performance. I mean, Denzel Washington, brilliant actor, brilliant.
Yeah.
And they gave him a movie when he did something. What they should have given him an award for, they didn't give him. He's brilliant.
Which one would you have given him an award for? Malcolm?
Yes.
Everybody's like Malcolm.
Yes. He acted his butt off.
He did. Yeah.
But now they got something else, Safe House or something. What is it?
Safe House.
Oh, so scary.
Yeah.
And he looks old.
He is old.
Yeah, but they made him look so old. So what is a safe house at the old age home? I mean, I just you ain't safe unless you're at the retirement. I said, Denzel, stop. I mean, they're so strange. That Hollywood is so strange. They're very strange. You know.
Always have been.
And then Billy Crystal gonna be on there doing Sammy Davis and blackface and all of those.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Oh, yeah.
And they're nervy. They are nervy. White folks are nervy.
Wow.
Yeah. Every time I think I was.
What's the last movie you've been in?
So long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that I was so long ago. I was in a movie that didn't even have royalties. That's something new. But I was hoping Herman Cain would have won the nomination on the Republican side.
That robot?
Herman Cain would have been funny.
Oh, they killed Herman Cain 3 years ago. That's a robot. He's an android.
You know who he was? He was president. He was chairman of the Kansas City Federal Reserve.
What's he
kidding?
No black man. Just that guy. Now let me tell you about the Kansas City Federal Reserve. Have you ever got a tax refund check?
Yeah.
It says Kansas City Federal Reserve.
That was Herman Cain.
Yeah,
You get an old age pension check.
That's
Kansas City Federal Reserve.
Okay.
Wait a minute now. There's 12 Federal Reserves.
Okay.
Most folks think the first one was Boston. Second one was New York. Kansas City was the first Federal Reserve. And matter of fact, if you really break down the Wizard of Oz, that's about the Kansas City Federal Reserve. It's about the wheat farmers.
Wait a second. Really?
Why do you think it starts in Kansas? Huh?
Look, I'm learning something.
And it was about the trains.
Okay.
And when they talked about the wicked, old, evil witch, that's the Kansas City Federal Reserve, and the train industry that said to the wheat farmers, we don't deliver nobody else's crop. We buy your crop for what we want to buy, and we'll ship it east to put it on the boat.
Well, you know what always the underlying message is. You're right. That's what that what was it? The one that had all the little midgets. The little fairy tale.
You know it all. You probably wrote that.
No, but that's about child labor.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Snow White.
That's right.
Snow White.
Yeah,
That's right.
You're right. Yeah. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what
that's what that's about.
Child labor.
All of when you look at the background. Now let me tell you something else. Men in Black. That's about Uncle Tom. Shape shifting.
Really?
Yes.
Did you hear me?
Uncle Tom's
Did you
Cabin.
hear me? That's about shape shifting.
Yes.
And when Harriet Beecher Stowe wrote that, never before, and to this day, when they made it into a play, they had never had the amount of companies around the world doing Uncle Tom's Cabin. And when it went in, and the King of Siam looked at it and said, "Hey, let's do this as a musical," and it came out, The King and I, as Uncle Tom's Cabin. And last year, 11 Tonys on Broadway was The Book of Mormon.
Okay.
That's Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Wow.
Okay? It's about shape shifting.
Yes.
Okay? And when Napoleon got beat up by the Haitians, they said it must be shapeshifters over there.
Yeah.
And they called it, when they found out it was, they called it voodoo, which means spiritual Adam, but they make it sound like it's something
Well,
weird.
it's always that.
That-
That's
yeah.
why when we say Amen instead of Amen,
Amen.
it's a cut. Amen. Amen Ra. That's
Amen
our
Ra.
God. That's
Yeah.
our Egyptian God.
Right.
Come on.
And so it's a trickery in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the closest thing to African religion is really sanctified,
Yeah.
talking in tongues,
In tongues.
and
Yeah.
raising up people.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
They
Yes.
got a little bit of that
Yeah.
at Whitney's
Yeah.
funeral.
And that
You never
heals
see
you.
it on
That,
stage,
that,
for real.
that
Yeah.
heals you. Heals you.
Yeah.
Leave there. And you see blind folks in the church dance all over the church and don't hit nothing.
And Little
That's
Black,
what that-
Little Black Sambo wasn't about us. It was about those Indian Hindu people
Yeah.
over there. That white woman wrote that about them.
That's
And
right.
turning into lion and pancakes and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
but that-
And everyone thinks it's about us. And when it came, black people here thought it was about us. It wasn't about us. Because remember, we said, you don't want that in the books. We can't have that.
Yeah.
But Black Sambo's used to be a restaurant, remember?
Oh, yeah.
That's what Denny's
Yeah,
was.
that's right.
Little
Yeah.
Black Sambo.
Denny's was Black
Yes.
Sambo?
Yeah, it was Sambo's. Yeah, little
Sambo.
black Sambo.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I've been eating there.
white folks hide everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but that's what the occult is about.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You know.
Now we get into
But you would think that with all that hidden stuff, that things would have changed with Obama. He would have been able to open up
Things
the doors.
would change. What would
Change.
change?
How? Change.
Ain't nothing changed but the
He
weather.
said he was going to bring change.
Ain't nothing changed but the weather.
I'm just asking. I thought that, he would have been able
Well, only
to give us some of these
Anybody
secrets.
who think that is folks ain't gonna do nothing anyway. They look for a way out. They didn't. The reason he can be sitting there now was because the king and all them poor folks that went out there and was ready to buck that thing and die for it. Okay, and it didn't just liberate.
Well, those kids, that youth, those kids on
Yeah.
the internet,
Yeah,
those kids, they had the power.
that's right.
The white folks didn't know that then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
folks
they
that are
know that
listening
now.
to it. Folks that are listening to us now.
Well, there's a whole lot of people don't
Yeah.
know who we are.
Right.
You see, when you see Africa, the continent is larger than India, China, and Europe put together. Okay. Now, but they was like nations. The Igbos didn't like the Wook, and the so-and-so didn't like this. And so you go over there, and you see somebody speaking a language that you don't know, and then the next country you go to, which is the same continent. And so what slavery did, because when you're dealing with universal order, they came in and stole all of us. I didn't like you because you belong to that tribe. I didn't like you belong to that. And so they stole us and brought us in one big tent. And then we started having sex and intermingling. And so if you had 200 candy bars sitting here now, and out of each candy bar, you had the scientists pick me the one best thing out of that and then make one candy bar. That's what an African American is. They ain't hip to it. We ain't hip to it yet. Never, ever had there been anybody on this planet that all those tribes had mixed.
Who was that white sportsman? He got in trouble. Remember, he said, "Why do you guys think that blacks can beat us and everything?
Yeah.
So you did it to yourself." Said you went over there and you bred them and you're the best thing. Of course, they're the best.
Yep.
Said you did this.
They fired him.
Yeah, they fired
Fired
him.
him, yeah.
But he was telling the truth.
Jimmy the
Yeah.
Greek or something like
He
that.
was telling the truth.
Yeah.
He said, "So who are you? Why are you all pretending?"
Yeah.
He told them, white folks. Well, he was a Christian. Christians have guilt.
Yes.
I
Oh.
don't care what comes from them. They will confess. You can watch a Christian.
Oh, I know.
Because they get guilty and they'll tell us.
I know. That's why old white folks tell you everything. They're trying to get in heaven. Trying to get in heaven. Trying to get in. I just saw one. I told him to go.
They'll give her all the
Go
secrets.
see. You go to a Black Baptist church and you see. You ever been to Black Baptist church?
I'm a member of Black Baptist
I
Church.
didn't ask you was you a member. I just asked you.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I've
Now, have
gone.
you ever been to Catholic church?
Yes.
Okay, now you the communion in a Catholic church. They got them wafers coming from Italy,
Right.
specially wrapped,
Mm-hmm.
specially prayed for, and priests on the boat coming over praying for it.
Right.
And you give you each individual one. 10,000 people go to communion, they get 10,000. You go to a Black Baptist church, take a white soda cracker.
Yes.
Ain't been blessed to pay for, ain't had no trip, Nabisco. Huh? And if there's 3 people in the church, you get it break 3 ways. If it's 10,000, you get it break 10,000 ways. You ain't never had to run back and get another cracker. Tell me about that power. I don't care how many people's in the church, it'll break how many things. You understand? And so so when you look at that other force that comes in, why do you think out of all the slaves in the history of the planet, 5,000 years was the least before they broke their chains? We broke ours in less than 300 because he thought he was stealing workers. He was stealing scientists. I built the pyramids, boy. I'm the one that told you to call it the Big Dipper and call it all of that, right?
And they finally admitted that Hannibal is black. We knew it all the time.
Yes.
But who else but a brother riding an elephant?
Yeah, please.
Whooping white folks' butt.
Yeah, go through the mountains.
Yeah.
Going through the mountains, the elephant.
Who did we think it was? Tarzan?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We knew, but they were saying he was all kind of
Oh, yeah.
all kind of mess. But they knew he was black.
Yeah. You say he came from another planet.
Remember, they said all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what? He beat them Romans because they said something they probably called him the N-word. They said something. They insulted his father.
Yeah.
And when his father was dying, he made a promise to his father.
Yeah.
He said, "I will bring Rome to its knees."
Yes.
Remember, he said, "I'll bring them to their knees."
Yeah.
He kept half his promise because he whooped them.
Well, he did more than that
weeks.
now. That's why you can't find a blonde Italian. Think about that now. Oh, he went through that.
Wait a second. In the movie, wasn't that lady blonde?
In real life, we talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, real
Now,
life.
let me
Not
show
white
you
folks
something
movie.
else now. He whooped them so bad, it's the only race in the history of the planet that changed their national anthem. Now, they went from Romans to Italians, and you can't see nothing in the book where the switch came from. The great Roman Empire, then it went to Italian. Just changed it right in the middle of the street.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's after he got there.
Yeah.
So that was Hannibal.
Hannibal.
We need to do a movie about that.
Well, you know, because those beware of the long ships.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nubian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, belong the black man with the straight hair
Yeah.
and the big penis.
Yeah.
Beware
Yeah.
of the long ship
Yeah.
and the big penis.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they try to just say it's Sicily.
Yeah.
It was all over. It wasn't one
That's
little
right,
place.
yeah.
They always try to make it like it's one little area.
Yeah. Well, I knew wherever it was. It didn't come from my area. When it did, they got this new machine. Everybody, white folk complaining when you go to the airport. It says it takes hard everything. I'm with my wife and we go through and she said, "Why you holding it empty? We can't see nothing." She said, "Now you know what I've been through."
Wow.
That's so funny.
Well, you know, we're going to get ready to wrap up. Man, this has been a
Oh, we mentioned penis. We got to go now. See?
Yeah.
We crossed over. The white folks have run this.
No,
No, there ain't no way folks doing this.
He said big.
This
When
is
I
us.
said,
This
when
is
I
us.
said, well, mine. He said, yes, mine. Get out of here.
Oh, now.
So thank you. And you can never thank this brother.
No. It's always a treat. You know, Paul, I got to ask you, for people who don't know, just for the sake of the record, can you name some of the characters that you penned for or played that people may know? Like, we know Nicodemus, but a lot of people don't know
Homie the Clown. Yeah.
Homie the
A
Clown.
lot of stuff. Yeah, if they don't know, that's too bad. That's not my problem. I know, and that's good enough.
Yeah, we're going to
That's
give
what
the
I know.
chance, but I want to make
understand
sure
people
they
out
know.
there that are listening. We understand that. Go on that white man's internet. Look it up. Just, you know.
Yep.
That is his.
Yep.
You know that, don't you?
Oh.
Because he wants to know where you are and what you're doing.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He just get on there. He can find out.
I had an
things
ankle
quick.
brace on my legs and we were in slavery. They think ankle brace is something new?
Oh, that's very funny.
And just thank you, brother. Thank you.
No, thank you.
You look, you listen to the show, and then you go home, and then you pick it through, and pick it through, and pick it through. And I was doing a show not too long ago in Europe, and I said, you know, when you listen to all of your records, this is what teaching should be about. You're taught with that type of cutting humor. Because young folks, man, they get bored when they go to school.
No, he keeps you on your toes.
You know.
I was telling the story the other day. You know, I had the nerve to fall asleep in his show one time, and he stopped and called me a black Anglo-Saxon.
Well, you bet. He should have called the crack police on you. Every time you go to sleep on him, you got to be high. You go to sleep on Paul? Oh, you giving crack a bad name. I mean, yeah, he loves that's his love for black folks. I'd have called the crack police. You understand?
I mean, I've been working all day.
Send your racist, evil cop. Oh, here's a nigga here need a whooping. Here. Right here.
But I never did it again.
Well, you didn't do crack again?
No. He had wasted a drink or something. Yeah. And he was trying to be slick. He was trying to clean it up. He didn't tell the whole story. He had spilled the drink. And he tried
that's some slave jeans.
Right.
Cleaning it up.
He could help himself.
Yeah. The white boy drink. His slave jeans came in.
But I make sure I'm always on my toes with him from then on. So that's that teaching.
That's good.
I learned the lesson. Hard one. Dick, I never fell asleep on. So.
Well, we want everyone to pledge and so we can keep this station on because we need this.
Yes.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, you know, we don't have the fake applause, but I got the strong black hand, so.
That's good. That's good. It takes place for the weak. Takes place for the weak penis. Now you got the strong black hand.
Wait, I got to ask you one question because, you know, I have like a bunch of your old albums, and when I listen to them, you know, when you went in on Nixon and Sparrow Agnew and talking at Kent State, you know, you were saying a lot of things that now seem to apply today. Did you think that we would be 20, 30 years down the road, that the conditions would still be kind of the same?
No, you're looking at it the wrong way.
Okay.
Did I think that 20, 40 years down the road that a black man would be head of the Mississippi State Troopers? That a black woman would be head of social services? Okay? When you think about the fear, the fear, and reason we're not further than that right now. You know, there's certain things I couldn't dare say because people think I was crazy, that black folks in America make more money than all the Jews do on the planet. It's been so entrenched that that's not true. You think I was crazy.
Right.
But when you look at spendable income, that means after taxes. That means just the black folks that pay taxes. I'm not talking about criminals. I'm talking about the people who have jobs to do. Last year, after taxes, this is just the black folks, we did $788 billion after taxes. Huh? Now, if you take all the oil companies in the world last year, after expenses, they only did $701 billion. But when you give that type of money, to people who the system that run crazy and they don't know they're crazy, they go out and buy bubble gum and
sneakers.
Well, our sensations are instant. We like instant.
Well, you hit it. Yeah. Because when you've been poor and your spirits whooped down and you go along with it, you look for instant gratification.
Yes, you want to feel good.
Instant. You go get a good bottle of wine tonight, a real bottle, it costs you maybe $40,000. But that don't get you done because the people that drink that's not looking for instant gratification.
Yeah, but sometimes you just have to get drunk.
I mean, I'm not going to spend $40,000.
You're just too poor to pay your rent.
That's what truck is for. You get instant gratification. That's why they don't know poor folks have so many babies. Sex is instant gratification. You know, that's why we don't have no horror movies. You know, ain't no brother gonna sit around when he hears some noise he don't know. He gonna get out of white folks want to get a grant. Where did that strange noise come from?
Yeah. Well, they're nosy.
Yeah,
they've always been nosy. They can't help themselves. They've always been nosy.
Oh,
and even the titles of their movie tell them stuff they don't listen to.
Yes.
Don't go in the basement, and that's the first place they go.
Yeah. Here comes. And I don't know white women.
Help themselves.
I don't know white women, man. They see Frankenstein just scream. I'm saying, run, how, run. You understand? That's why That's why Wolfman, Dracula, and all. They ain't never mess with a sister. Think about it. As much as they hate me, they ain't never mess with a sister.
Well, there was Blackula.
Huh?
Blackula?
Oh, they was just that. That's why it didn't last.
Yeah.
Right. Even when black folks knew you playing, they'll run. Mm-hmm. You know, we do not hang around with scary stuff. They had the earthquake in Washington, D.C. a couple months ago. That's when they found out about black folks, but they got all them cameras now trying to catch up with somebody. and the camera showed the brothers and sisters out on 95 heading towards Philadelphia. And white folk were saying, I wonder why that lamp is moving. Let's get a grant and see why. We've been going. We've been going.
Well, see, there's a difference between us and them. It just always has been.
Yeah.
We react different to stuff. That's why we don't care what they do. We don't watch them. We don't study them. We don't care what they do.
Yes.
They care about us.
Oh, please. Please. Guy asked me, I was there in an earthquake. And I'll be honest, man, I just landed on a plane and I saw white folks making these funny motions. That's what they do when they be trying to dance. And then all at once they straightened up and got down. I said, must have been an earthquake. Something, and then they want to call. You know how they call you? Like they would figure out stuff on. They call Dick. Were you here? Yes. What happened? I said, what happened in your neighborhood? And they describe it. Well, it was shook so bad, I went through 6 zip codes. So then I said, well, my cousin, it was so bad there in Richmond. He said, well, what happened? I said, it did $4 million worth of improvements. That's how bad off I am. Praying for the earthquake.
Well, what happens is, the motivation is racial. That's why they spend $50 billion to build a house up on a hill somewhere in L.A.
Yes.
To get away from us.
Yep.
They go with the view,
Yep.
you know, and then they get up there and the mudslide comes and the house come down and they wake up next to Popeyes.
Yeah.
And see, so that's what happens to them. They get punished with us. I mean, it's just the way it is. We don't do all those things. I mean, Marvin Gaye said it best. The only safe place is the Indian reservation. He said it best.
Yes.
You don't know what's going on.
You
just listen to him. That's the only safe place. And I actually didn't get that then. I said, it's safe on a reservation?
Yes.
But I get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, they cool.
Well, there you go. Paul Mooney, D.Gregory. Well, there you have it. 2 legends. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you, brother.
We're going to take a break, folks. We'll be back. Paul Mooney, D.Gregory. What a treat on a Saturday afternoon. We're out, folks. Peace.